We in there?
You always hear your parents say to keep your oil changed, but how important is it really? I chose this topic because I feel it's very important and everyone should have some awareness about this topic. I feel qualified to speak on this topic because it's something that I have done myself, and I've worked at a car dealership for multiple years, so I've become very knowledgeable about cars. My purpose of this speech is to explain how to regularly change your oil and how it is important to the car, and to demonstrate how to do this process on your own. Regularly changing your oil is important because the maintenance will allow your vehicle to operate longer and is a relatively easy process. I would like to start by explaining why changing your oil is important to your car. I got this information from Meineke Car Care. The regular maintenance on your vehicle will allow for longer and more effective use for a number of reasons. Oil acts as a lubricant for all the moving parts in a car engine. When the oil is not changed, these parts will wear down as engine components become more hot. As a vehicle runs, it will begin to run hot if it is not the proper lubrication. This will create friction between the moving parts and overheat the engine. Consistently changing your oil and having it serviced will uphold the longevity of the vehicle. It will protect and make sure that the internal components are working efficiently. Along with this, it will uphold the value of your vehicle when you go to sell it. Next, I would like to explain the process of changing your own oil. The first step is to run your vehicle for a short amount of time so that the oil will drain faster. Also, you do not want to run the vehicle too long because if the oil gets too hot, it will be too hot to drain safely. You should only run your vehicle for a couple of minutes. Next, you need to lift your car, whether that means putting it on a car lift or putting it on a ramp. Next, you're going to locate the oil drain plug and place your oil pan below it. The oil drain plug should be located at the bottom of the engine near the middle. After that, you need to loosen the plug with a socket wrench and then unscrew it by hand. It's important to be careful because the oil may still be hot. After all the oil drains, replace and tighten the oil plug by hand and tighten again with a socket wrench. Next, you will need a wrench to loosen the oil filter. You may want to use a rag when taking off the oil filter because it may still have oil in it. And then after that, you need to clean the mounting surface with a rag as well. Then you're going to get your new oil filter, and it needs to be lubricated on the rubber seal with fresh oil, which would be right around here. After that, you screw back in the oil filter by hand. Next, we will need to use a funnel to pour the new oil back into the new engine. And whenever you are done, you make sure to screw the cap back on. Now you are done, you will need to run the engine to make sure there are no leaks. Also, you need to check the dipstick to make sure the oil levels are correct. This is how you tell if it's full, if you have enough oil in there, and if it's dirty oil, you need to change it. Lastly, you will need to properly dispose of the old oil and oil filter. You should return it to a certified recycling center as such. I got this information from Napa Filters Maintenance. You can either change your oil by yourself or take it to a maintenance shop to have it changed. You should keep your oil changed every 5,000 miles or somewhere around every 3 months. I hope from this speech you understand how important it is to keep your oil changed for the vehicle, and you are more aware of the process of how to change oil on your own.